The night felt bigger than just another title defense. Under the bright lights, two Filipino warriors stood on opposite sides of the ring. One a legend, the other an undefeated storm rising fast. At 39 years old, Nonito Donaire walked toward the ring with the calm of a man who had already seen everything boxing could offer. 20 years in the sport, 21 world title appearances, the reigning WBC Bantamweight champion, a future Hall of Famer still chasing greatness. Across from him stood youth, ambition, and danger. Reymart Gaballo, undefeated, explosive, and carrying the confidence of a fighter who believed destiny was calling his name. This wasn't just a fight for a belt. This was a generational collision. Experience versus hunger. Legacy versus ambition. When the bell rang for round one, both men moved carefully. The respect was visible. Gaballo fired a sharp right uppercut early, a statement that he had not come to admire the champion. Donaire absorbed it and responded with a precise lead right hand of his own. The crowd buzzed as power shots echoed in the arena. The early rounds were a chess match. Gaballo's jab began to find rhythm, snapping forward with youthful speed. Donaire, patient and calculating, feinted and waited, searching for timing. It was tense, tactical, and heavy with possibility. The challenger showed flashes of danger, but the champion showed something more dangerous: composure. The storm was building. By the third round, the tempo shifted. Gaballo's confidence grew with every exchange. He landed a crushing right hand that pushed Donaire backward, and for a moment, the arena gasped. The undefeated challenger sensed opportunity. He pressed forward, combinations flowing, believing the moment might belong to him. But legends don't panic. Donaire steadied himself and fired back with a perfectly timed counter left hook upstairs. The punch snapped Gaballo's head and reminded everyone watching that power like Donaire's never fades easily. The exchanges grew sharper, more dangerous. Both men were no longer just measuring. They were testing each other's will. Gaballo's jab continued to land, and his right hand carried real force. He circled carefully, trying to stay outside of the Filipino Flash's famous left hook range. He had studied the tapes. He knew the danger. But knowing and avoiding are two very different things. Donaire, meanwhile, began to adjust. Subtle movements, small pivots, a shift in target. Instead of headhunting, he started digging to the body. Sneaky right hands to the ribs, quick hooks downstairs. It was a veteran strategy, invisible to many, but crucial in battle. The fight had transformed from cautious chess into tactical warfare. Youth was strong, youth was fast, but experience was thinking. And in boxing, one perfectly placed punch can change everything. Round 4 was approaching. Round 4 began with intensity. Gaballo was still dangerous, still firing, still believing. He landed jabs and tried to step inside with authority. But something had shifted in Donaire's eyes. The champion had found his rhythm. Then came the moment. Gaballo stepped forward to engage. Donaire pivoted slightly to his left, a subtle veteran move, almost unnoticed, and unleashed a devastating left hook to the liver. The punch landed with sickening precision. At first, nothing seemed dramatic. Then Gaballo's body betrayed him. He froze. His face tightened in shock. Seconds later, he dropped to his knees. The crowd erupted. It was the kind of body shot that doesn't just hurt, it shuts the system down. Gaballo tried to rise, forcing himself upward, pride refusing to surrender. He collapsed again. The referee counted. 10. Knockout. At 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round 4, the fight was over. Donaire raised his arms as the arena roared. Another knockout, another statement, another reminder that greatness does not fade quietly. The undefeated challenger has suffered his first loss. And at 39 years old, Nonito Donaire proved once more that legends don't just survive in a young man's sport.